Hello, and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jeff to you one page at a time, one day at a time. I put it up on the YouTubes for all to hear or for one to hear. Again, loyal listener, thank you. Thank you for your patronage. So, hit me up on Patreon, and, hit that, smash that bell icon for notifications or whatever that does. But Infinite Jeff is a book by David Foster Wallace, published originally in 1996. It's now 24 years later, and I'm reading it as a conceptual project, putting it on the internet. Let's just do this. This is page 163. Let's go. Removed from, or the house, it was clearly my fault. We couldn't afford anymore. It was my fault. I mean, who else's fault would it be? Am I right? That we moved your big soft body with allegedly not enough notice, and that East Side school you cried over, and that Negro resource librarian there with her hair out to hear that lady with the upturned nose on tiptoe all the time. I have to tell you, she seemed so consummate East Side Tucsonian, all self-consciously not of this earth's grit, urging us to, quote, nurture your optical knack with physics, with her nose upturned so you could see up in there, and on her toes, like something skilled overhead, had sunk a hook between her big splayed fingerlings' nostrils, and were reeling skyward up towards the aether, little by little. I'll bet those heelless pumps were off the floor altogether by now, son. What do you say, son? What do you think? No, go on, cry. Don't inhibit yourself. I won't say a word. Except it's getting to me less all the time when you do it. I'll just warn you. I think you're overworking the tears, and it's getting less effective with me each time you use it. Though we both know, between you and me, we know it'll always work on your mother, won't it? Never fail. She'll every time take and bend your big head down to her shoulder so it looks obscene. If you could see it, patting on your back like she's burping some sort of slumping, oversized, obscene, bow-tied infant with a book straining his prenator terrors, crying. Pronator? Pronator. What the fuck is that? Biological term, I'm guessing. Pronator tears. Excuse me. The pronator teres is a muscle located mainly in the forearm that, along with the pronator quadratus, serves to pronate. Yeah, that makes sense. The forearm, turning it so the palm faces posteriorly when from the anatomical position. Okay, so that's that's that muscle. Cool. Crying. Will you do this when you're grown? Will there be episodes like this when you're a man at your own tiller? A citizen of a world that won't go pat, pat, there. Will your face crumple and bulge like this when you're 6.5 grotesque feet tall, 6'6", plus your grandfather, may he rot in hell's rubber vacuum, when he finally kicks in on the 10th tee, and with your flat face and no chin, just like him, on that poor, dumb, patient woman's fragile, wet, snotty, long-suffering shoulder, did I tell you what he did? Did I tell you what he did? I was your age, Jim. Here, take the flask. No, give it here. Oh, I was 13, and I'd started to play well. Seriously, I was 12 or 13, playing for years already, and he'd never been to watch, never come once to where I was playing to watch, or even changed his big flat expression. Even once, when I brought home a trophy, I won trophies, or a notice in the paper, Tucson native qualifies for national junior championships. He never acknowledged I even existed as I was, not as I do to you, Jim. Not as I take care to bend over backwards, way out of my way to let you know I see you, recognize you, am aware of you as a body, care about what might go on behind that big flat face bent over a homemade prism. He plays golf. Your grandfather, your grandpappy, golf, a golf man. Is my tone communicating the contempt? Billiards on a big table, Jim. A bodiless game of spasmodic flailing and flying sod. A quote-unquote sport. anal rage, and checkered berets. This is almost empty. This is just about it, son. What say we rain check this? What say I put the last of this out of its amber misery, and we go in and tell her you're not going to finish up that sentence on page 163 in any case. But there'll be more tomorrow or whenever you listen to more of it. But, yeah. So, that was page 163 of Infinite Jest on Infinite Jeff, making for Infinite Jeffst. Good night.